Yo, listen up, it's time for a tale about a podcast that'll leave you frail. Hard way wrestling coming at you raw, bringing the heat, breaking every law. They drop the truth, no holds barred, talking smack, getting you hyped up hard, calling out the fakes, exposing the lies. Hard way wrestling taken by surprise. Hard way wrestling coming to your city. Nothing but realness, nothing but grit. Going down a gauntlet, making them mark. Hard way wrestling, straight from the heart.
Welcome to Hard Way Wrestling in Suplex City. And when I think about wrestling, I think about hot tuna shit. These intros kill me, man. It wears me the fuck out.
I thought you knocked your mic out.
I almost did there for a second. What is going on, everybody?
There's spit dripping off it.
Is that spit, though? Take this mic condom off. Do that shit dry. What's going on, boys? What's going on? What's going on?
Yeah, same stuff, different day, my friend, but definitely ready to talk about more wrestling.
Oh, my. Yes. Cheers. Cheers. It is a Saturday night, and I'm feeling all right. It is Suplex Saturday for wrestling. A lot of wrestling going on this week. Not a lot of crazy news stories, but it is a little bit of wrestling. We got a pay-per-view tomorrow, and we had SmackDown last night, which was awesome. Dynamite on Wednesday, which was okay, leading into the Forbidden Butthole pay-per-view is coming up tomorrow. So we'll get into all that. But how's your week going so far, guys? Anything spectacular happening?
Just another 60-hour plus week this week. So
we're just a couple hours or a couple days away from 4th of July, the most patriotic day of the year for beer.
Just remember, kids, don't get drunk and light off fireworks. You'll end up like Jason Pierre-Paul.
That's right. You'll have the permanent shocker going on. There is a I think
If
there's some
you're
sort of
lucky.
stat that fire
Might just be a fist.
Yeah, it could be nubbing it. I think there's some sort of stat that 4th of July is like the biggest time of the year for injuries, for fireworks related stuff and any type of injury. So the hospitals will be crazy busy. So if you get hurt or sick, don't do it on 4th of July because you're going to have to fucking wait. The forbidden letdown. Yeah, a forbidden letdown. We're going to talk about that and how we feel about the forbidden door at this point in our lives. It was cool at first, but we'll see how we feel about it now. But let's get into we only got one not real crazy story, but we're gonna get into Dijak. You guys saw the Dijak. They couldn't really come to terms with Dijak. He was rumored to be he was drafted to Raw, right?
He was drafted to Raw, and they did nothing with him.
He had one match on Speed, against Andrade, I believe, and he got his ass kicked there. They couldn't come up with. They stopped negotiating. Really, I mean, basically that's what they stopped doing. They stopped negotiating. So, Dijak came out the other day and he put this letter on X. Here's the truth: WWE never negotiated with me. We attempted to negotiate and they stonewalled us. Thank you, White Claw, for that. Fixing my grammar. They never made a single offer. They informed me that they would not renew my contract at the 11th hour 2 months ago. I was in one of the best matches in NXT history and the top match in WrestleMania weekend. I'm reading it off through Twitter, so it's a little small. On the day, a top executive told me WWE I was crushing it and slated a feud for the next NXT title, but I got called up to Raw instead. Who was the champion then when he got slated to fight? Was that?
It was still Trick.
Was it Carmelo or was it Trick?
No, I thought it was Breaker.
When he got called up to Raw,
Scotty might be right. It might have because then Breaker.
Really?
He wrestled Breaker and then got called up to Raw pretty quick after.
Well, then that wouldn't have made Breaker wasn't the champion then.
No. Because the last thing I remember Dijak doing was on Mania weekend at Takeover. He was in that triple threat for the North American title, right?
Yes.
It was
With
Dijak,
Obafemi.
Obafemi, and Christ, I can't remember the other name for the life of me right now. Which that match was a banger.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
He's right. It
wasn't
probably
Dragon Lee, was it? Or Ilya? It wasn't
no,
Dragon Lee?
no. It wasn't Dragon Lee. It was fucking another big guy.
Can't remember.
I can't either. But
One of the brothers, biker brother guys.
yes,
Jackson Pollock.
Jackson Pollock.
But anyway,
Michael.
the match was like probably the best match of that pay-per-view.
Yeah, that's when that dude, the cameraman, climbed up into the ring and took the camera shot of the
Obafemi grabbing him by the throat from the ground and picking him up. Yeah.
So basically, they just cut off all talks. They weren't interested in doing anything with Dijak. So he said his last day on a WWE contract is June 28th, which is yesterday. Bookings and interviews. He puts his email out there. Get ready to feast your fucking eyes. Now here's the question. Do we give a fuck about the next guy that's going to be at the catering table in AEW?
No.
I thought Dijak was really good the first time around in NXT, and then they moved him up to WWE with that T-Bar and whatever the other dude's name was. That.
Yeah.
What was that? The Ascension? What was that called? Not the Ascension. What was that called?
Retribution.
Thank you. They brought him up. They put the fucking Bane mask on him. He's a good-looking guy, so I don't know why you put a fucking mask on him. I don't get it. But
it was Vince McMahon's COVID era fever dream.
Yeah.
So that's
Well, it was god awful. It was a god awful decision. It was they really know how to fucking bury dudes. That's for sure. So they buried him. They sent him back to NXT. Came up with he has this like sort of biker gimmick-ish type of thing. He's doing well down there. He looked good. A lot of great feuds. He's had great feuds over the year. I mean, he's the only one in WWE that can make what's his name look good. What's the big dude's name that went to AEW? Mia Yim's.
Oh, Keith Lee.
He's the only one to make Keith Lee look good, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember.
And then Adam Cole taking that bull rush and knocked him, into the third row of the fucking NXT arena. Other than that, Dijak was doing good stuff down at NXT. On the main roster, though, he's just another guy, right? He's just another guy.
Sadly enough.
So he moves. Where's he going to end up? He's already got some bookings. He was booked somewhere last night, I believe, or he's booked somewhere tonight. I think I saw. But where do you think he ends up? Do you think he ends up in New Japan? Do you think he ends up in TNA?
He'll end up in New Jersey with Joey Nutella.
Throwing soda cans. I really don't think. I think the tide has changed with AEW. I think that they're not just going out there and signing fucking guys just to sign guys now. They're looking for big names. Dijak's not a big name. If they bring Dijak in, it won't be for a huge fucking contract. So
he'll be the new guy on Rampage.
Yeah, I can almost see them bring like Impact.
That's what I was about to say.
TNA.
What about TNA? Like they don't have unlimited resources, but they could use a guy like him. And in some ways, this whole WWE TNA crossover thing, then if he shows up in TNA, then all of a sudden you still have a chance to kind of use him, and possibly if Trips maybe see something in him again, and like, hey, give him some time to do something different. And then maybe bring him back to WWE down the road. As long as this, what is the term I'm looking for? Brain just farted. This meshing of brands is going on. Then there is a possibility that future down the road that they've got a chance to. He's got a chance to show more what he can do openly out there. And then, get somebody to look at him again. So, I don't know.
Yeah. I think he has a shelf life. Who is bigger, him or Matt Riddle?
Riddle.
Are you seeing Riddle in a bunch of different places now besides someone's fucking birthday party?
Yeah.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I get Dijak has a shelf life. I think if he doesn't find a home soon, he's destined to be on the indies for a very low amount of money.
Yeah. That makes sense. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
He'll be carrying Cardona's digital media titles around.
Whoop.
Who is bigger?
Whoa.
Whoa. Turn Pornhub off when you're on here, dude.
Yeah.
Rob Fox says, can we admit TNA will shortly be the number 2
Can
promotion
Dijak
soon?
pass a drug test?
I could try. I don't know. Is he one of those guys? I know Riddle couldn't pass a drug test. Yeah, I don't think we can admit that TNA is going to be the number 2 here soon.
No,
They got a long way to go TV wise to become number 2. Yeah, and they pre-tape a lot of their shows. There was 2 show tapings this yesterday and today, so they're not doing a lot. They're doing live shows, but it's not like, I don't know. They got a long way to go before they get to. If AEW is only has about 3,000 people in the building, you're looking 900 for a TNA taping. So
yeah, 3 rows around the ring.
yeah, yeah, they're all general admission.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, well, let's a little bit of review. We had a ratings bump yesterday. We were just going to throw this in here real quick. We talked about it earlier. AEW had a little bit of a bounce back from last week. I mean, the big news was for their ratings that they had 502,000 people, the lowest that they have had. This week they had 680,000 viewers at one. Guess total. So. Here's my problem. And I started to say it and then I stopped because I wanted to discuss it. When you rely on a show bringing people in, they're not real wrestling fans.
Yeah.
Right? It's not appointment TV. Like WWE and Raw or SmackDown or they, what is their lean in?
I don't know, and nor do I care.
You don't know? You know what? Right? You know why you don't know?
I don't care.
You're not there for the Big Bang Theory. You're not.
And
he just fucked his mic up. Yep, you did.
You're fired. Anyway.
Nope.
Yeah, I could give a rat's ass what the lead up is. It doesn't matter. Like, my sole purpose when I watch wrestling on TV is to watch wrestling on TV.
Yeah.
So unless there's something that I absolutely care about when I'm searching channels before wrestling pops on that is on that particular channel, I will watch it. But otherwise, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like,
and Jason, you're
8 o'clock when wrestling comes on, I'm switching to the channel, whether it's USA or Fox or whatever, to watch Raw, SmackDown, or TBS for Dynamite.
Yeah, exactly. And it was funny. Yeah, again, look, you guys are going to call me a cornet mark again, but it's true.
Nah, really?
Yeah.
Get
these guys were talking about that as well last time on one of the last podcasts. It's like, look, if you watch wrestling, you are there to watch wrestling. You're not there because you watched the Big Bang Theory and just stayed for the wrestling afterwards. And people, like last week especially, Cornette made the point, look, wouldn't people say something again, Jason? Are you still there? Okay.
Keep going.
Yeah. So no, like with people would kind of realize, hey, like at least by 9 o'clock they'd be like, hey, you know what? I'm kind of missing something that I usually do on Wednesday night. What was it that I'm missing? Oh yeah, I'm missing Dynamite because that's what I usually do on a Wednesday night as a wrestling fan. I watch Dynamite. So that's the thing that that's why these dip in ratings, the steadily declining ratings on AEW is so concerning because it's not, and they're losing. They've always had a base of anywhere between like 900 and 700 fans and stuff like that. So they're like, like 700, 900, 700,000. And that core audience is now is going away. Like they're losing even more of the core audience, and who's like, you know what, I don't want to watch, I don't want to do what I always do on a Wednesday night and watch Dynamite. So it's a very, very concerning statistic. Even with their slight tick up this week, it's still concerning that they've lost so many people in the ratings and stuff like that. And again, it goes to, and we've said this a million times, it goes to the biggest issue, Tony Khan's booking. The guy does not know how to book. He does not know how to tell stories. Yeah, the matches are great. They have some good matches with good people, but there's no storyline. There is no, there's nothing. Like there's nothing that holds you. Like we'll get into the SmackDown thing here in a minute, but you know what? The SmackDown this week held us because I was interested to see what the heck happened with Paul Heyman, and and the crowd reaction bore it out, and how everybody was wanting to see what was going to happen.
I've said this before many a times that, probably just over a year ago when Vince was still doing the booking and everything behind the scenes for WWE, like I knew WWE was coming on Raw, SmackDown. I really didn't care at times.
Check 1 2.
Hey,
Yeah,
you're back. But with and at that particular time period, like Dynamite was doing so well, like I was fully invested in AEW. Like that was my go-to show at the time, and I would not miss it. Now it's kind of flipped the script. Like AEW's kind of lost quite a bit of what they had going good for them with just the random booking, albeit their matches are great.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to find a bad AEW match, but it's just the random storytelling is just not doing it for me anymore. And now, ever since Trips has been in control of WWE, like they've taken off big time. And
really?
now it's rare if I miss anything with Raw or SmackDown.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, so yeah,
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay. Yeah. Well, what I was trying to say was,
it doesn't matter what you were trying to say.
That's what microphone just said. It doesn't matter what I say. I feel like that people are watching The Big Bang Theory, and then it's dinner time, and then they leave their TV running, and they think that they're getting a fucking rating from it. It's not. Like, you're not getting a rating.
Nope.
And they proved it last week when they had some random fucking bullshit show that people were watching or not watching or whatever. There was no rating for it. Nobody gave a shit. Right?
Yeah.
Is that how we're living now? We're living on praying that it's got to be the big. What if they lose the rights to The Big Bang Theory?
Oh God!
If that's the case, why don't they put pornography on?
I was about to say that.
If we're chasing, I mean, nothing like pounding your pudding and fucking you see Swerve Scott pop up on the screen, but
Prince Nana's butt crack is dancing.
Keep smashing it. But I mean, it's a false sense of what your product is giving or bringing to the table. Like it's not wrestling fans. Are wrestling fans watching Big Bang Theory? What I want to know is Big Bang Theory, what their rate is, their quarterly rate is, right? Their quarterly. I want to know if they have a bump in their last quarter of people from AEW turning it on.
Yeah.
If it doesn't move, then it fucking doesn't mean
By
nothing.
the way, Big Bang Theory doesn't have new episodes. Like that series ended.
No, it's all in it's all rerun. Yeah,
it's all syndication now.
Yeah.
So yeah, which and to me, that's the other thing about the Big Bang Theory. Like when you look at it versus Dynamite, like you got people who are watching a second run show. This isn't even first run. This isn't new product. This is a second run show. And they're doing, I mean, again, I would assume they're doing better ratings than AEW Dynamite. And the people that are watching the Big Bang Theory, who, again, we just said probably are not wrestling fans, they tune out, and then the wrestling fans show up, and it's like, again, like I said, with everything going on with Tony's booking and the lack of storylines, the numbers have steadily decreased, and they're losing their core audience. And it's like, okay, some of that core audience may have watched The Big Bang, but they're not. That core audience is not sticking with Dynamite anymore. They're not sticking with, AEW anymore. And it's like, so we got more people watching Big Bang and then turning it off because they don't want to see the wrestling. And it's like, you're watching, like, this is first run programming. AEW is first run programming, and Big Bang is in syndication. How is Big Bang still getting better numbers than AEW? Like, makes no gosh darn sense. So,
Yeah, I'm going to take a look and see if I can find the ratings for Big Bang Theory for Wednesday nights. I'm definitely curious on
Yeah.
what their ratings are and the lead in and all that fucking bullshit. So we're gonna get into SmackDown here, then we're gonna get into the AEW pay-per-view coming up. SmackDown, not bad last night. Really not bad. They're forwarding some stories. We're getting ready for the pay-per-view next weekend. We got the ladder matches. I don't know. Are we all set for the ladder match now?
Not all the way. I think they got a couple more spots.
Yeah, they got, I think,
show.
Three
people qualified last night. We had LA Knight, Naomi, and Tiffany Stratton all qualified.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a bad match. So, let's get into it. They were at Madison Square Garden last night. I saw a pretty cool thing on X that they were giving people that were first time wrestling in Madison Square Garden silver tickets. Carmella Hayes got one. A couple other people. I think Tiffany Stratton got one. I mean, there were a couple people.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. Really cool.
That's a unique idea.
Yeah, really cool ceremony there. So, we had. Hold on, let's get to it. Where we at?
Fuck you, Austin.
Sold out Madison Square Garden, by the way.
Sit there on your couch with your Uncle Howdy mask on and
watching Big Bang Theory with your pants down.
Yeah.
All right, so it started out with Bloodline getting out of their
couch, Hawk tooing his bubble gum.
There you go. Yeah. So it started out with the Bloodline getting out of their SUVs and showing up, and Heyman was in tow. They head down to the ring, and then right after that, another SUV showed up. It had RK. What are they called now?
RKO.
RKO. Got it. Yeah. Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, and Cody, or Homelander, all showed up, and they were fucking pissed. So they ended up doing it, just fighting in the fucking ring. Just started on the outside, ended up on the inside. We had a bunch of security guards get involved after the Bloodline left. And one of the guys was the local guy, the Neon Ninja, got a heavyweight champion for Voltage Wrestling. Was the dude that took the first RKO.
Really?
Yeah. Dude with the blonde hair and the up in the man bun.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he took the RKO. So pretty cool. It's funny when you see these guys show up at SmackDown. They say, "Hey, we need you to do security," and they give them these shirts that don't fit them.
Yeah.
These WWE shirts that just don't fit. So anyway, pretty cool. Pretty cool spot for him. He'll be able to up his rate another $50. Sure, so, RKO and Orton and Owens and Cody kicked the absolute piss out of the security guards, and then NYPD Blues or NYPD's finest came down and cleared out the ring. So first match we had Candice LeRae, Jade Cargill versus and Tiffany Stratton for a Money in the Bank qualifier. India Hartwell appears and attacks Jade by shoving her into the ring post. LeRae takes advantage but Tiffany cuts her off, puts her knees up. Candice LeRae went to do that little a little moonsault off the second turnbuckle, and Tiffany got her knees up and then hits her with her finisher, or her little moonsault, and Tiffany Stratton, who we haven't seen in a while.
I was
It's
about
been a
to
while
say,
since we
it's
have
been
seen.
kind of quiet lately.
Yeah, since she said something not so nice to Bianca, I believe.
Yeah.
Or,
Jade.
or Jade, one or the other. Yeah, so we see Tiffany. Tiffany moves on in the ladder of the match. The Money in the Bank ladder match. What is her briefcase going to look like when she wins?
I don't know.
Big clock, Tiffy time.
It's probably going to be pink.
I hope
Yeah.
so. If it is,
That's
I'm
what I was
buying it.
thinking.
I love Tiffy.
Yeah,
I love some Tiffy time.
I tell you what. There's a couple spots for the women. You could turn this off. There are a couple spots where she took like a back bump and she's laying there with her guts wide open. And the cameraman's like just holding the camera. I was like, oh, AEW's in the house.
Yeah, they hired a few AEW cameramen that left.
Yeah.
I mean, that wasn't a bad move.
No, it got the ratings the Big Bang Theory got. So
Olay.
we had a little backstage thing with Naomi and Bailey. Blair Davenport shows up and says, "Your time is pretty much over with Bailey when she wins the Money in the Bank." Then we had a backstage commercial, a back from commercial that came from Mi Chen or Mia Yim. I don't know why they got to put that. We all know who Mi Chen is by this point.
Yeah.
A little meeting with Nick Aldis, probably talking about her new boob job, maybe. I don't know. The only winner in that whole thing is because Mi Chen doesn't win. The only winner in that whole thing is Keith Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who we haven't heard of in about 8 months.
Yeah, his he's got the same booking committee as Ricky Starks
Yeah.
And Miro.
and Miro. That's not gonna work for me, brother. Then we got street what is it? Bloodline, all this more chaos tonight. Anyway, Pretty Deadly show up. We got Pretty Deadly. We haven't seen Pretty Deadly in a while. They're still very flamboyant. Still very flamboyant.
They need to, the WWE needs to sign Dalton Castle and have them be the new boys.
Oh my God. Well,
that would be great.
They're better than the boys, I would think, but that's not a bad idea. do you think Pretty Deadly would eat seed out of his hand?
Yeah.
I mean, they might.
They need it from anywhere on Dalton Castle.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Jason's getting excited thinking about it.
Yeah, I love fucking Dalton Castle.
He's good though. He is.
He is awesome. We get a Santos, Escobar, and LA Knight make their entrances as they go to break, and then when they come back from break, we got a Paul Heyman backstage with Solo Sikoa, and Paul is starting to look a little rough. Paul's looking like he looked when he thought Roman was going to jump him out of the bloodline before.
Yeah.
So
well, and that's the great thing about Paul is that, you know, and we'll discuss the ending of SmackDown in a minute, but like every time, like when something starts to go wrong, like Paul ages 20, 30 years, like the facial hair, like he's not dyeing his hair anymore, so his hair is gray. You know, the red eyes, the puffy looks like he hasn't slept in days or he smoked 20 joints with Rob Van Dam. Like, you know, that like it really is. The guy is such a great actor. Like, and I know I hate to use that term when it comes to wrestling, but he knows how to play the part that he needs to play to bring everybody into what he's doing. He
makes the story completely believable.
Exactly.
yeah, no, he did. He did it last time. Like, again, he did it last time with the whole Roman stuff and whether he was going to be jumped out of the bloodline or I don't know about aged 30 years, but
Rob said Scotty got that straight from Cornette.
Yeah, it's probably, that sounds like something Cornette would say, but I would say Paul probably looks more of his age when this shit goes on, right? He's stopped shaving. His hair is a little wonky. He's in Matt Riddle's fucking bag. So, but he tells him and Solo have a little discussion, and so he tells Solo tells him Jacob Fatu is not here. He's not in the building.
I mean, he wasn't lying.
We don't know that. We don't know. Eventually, he was lying. So, Then we get a Logan Paul entry. So they have their Money in the Bank qualifying match. LA Knight, Logan Paul, Santos Escobar. This was a really good match. I don't know if Scott this or
I
not.
did
This
see
was
this.
a really good match. Except for the end where they had the two basketball players, the one dude from Indiana Pacers and the dude from New York Knicks. You could tell that these guys are definitely not going to touch. No one was touching them because of their big contracts and shit. So, the Halliburton from, I guess it was Indiana, handed was going to hit or going to give the brass knuckles to Logan Paul to hit LA Knight or whoever, and that didn't really work out. And then Logan Paul ends up taking the fucking pin.
Yeah, that was shocking. Like I was kind of like,
U.S. title wasn't on the line.
yeah, but at the same time, you still don't want to you don't want to pin Logan Paul until it counts for something. So I was.
It's okay for him to take a pin here.
Yeah,
it's okay. No, it's quite all right. He takes a pin here.
He's still very much over and hated. Like it doesn't hurt him one bit.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering because they always do like second chance qualifiers for Money in the Banks and whatnot. If he ends up getting into the Money in the Bank tournament via that, or
that can make sense.
Or
it's been a few pay-per-views now.
Or he'll just show up and take LA Knight out of that match altogether.
Well, it's been a few shows now, right? Since they've wrestled for the U.S. title.
Yeah.
Why don't they put that U.S. title up for grabs?
Yeah, because his last match was against Cody, and his title wasn't on the line.
Yeah, it's been a while now.
I think he's taking LA Knight away from the Money in the Bank match or out of it somehow, and then that's going to lead to them probably at SummerSlam for the U.S. title, LA and Logan Paul.
That makes sense.
Oh, okay. All right. So we have a backstage segment with Carmella Hayes, Baron Corbin, and a guy that I don't even know how he's still on the fucking roster because he doesn't do absolutely anything.
Corbin was so big down in
NXT,
and now he absolutely does nothing.
I think they just Triple H does a really good job of getting these guys in front of the camera somehow, even though if it's not in the ring or not. So I'm okay with it, but eventually, the bell's got to ring. We got to get these guys in the ring.
Yeah.
We get another Money in the Bank qualifier for the women. Blair Davenport, Indy Hartwell, Naomi. Davenport had control a good bit of this match. This is really good. Naomi wins by pinfall on a sunset flip on Indy Hartwell. There was a little bit of actually we didn't talk about it at the beginning of the night. Nia Jax came down and was standing there, was watching this match. I'm not sure. I don't even think
she helped Tiffany Stratton. I think
is that what it was?
I thought I read something that she helped assist her or something.
Got you. But she's supposed to get a surgery. I thought.
Who?
Nia. Nia
gets a title shot at SummerSlam.
Oh, well, I thought I just saw something where she has some surgery. Maybe it's gastric bypass. I don't know. Just terrible.
Damn.
Anyway, Naomi ends up winning this Money in the Bank qualifier. Do you think that they're setting this up with? There's a lot of Naomi and Bailey talk back and forth all the time. They're buddies, they're best friends. Do you think they're setting up a Naomi Bailey title shot?
No.
A cash in on Bailey?
No, I'm going out on a limb here.
Yeah,
and I think that at SummerSlam, Nia Jax is going to win the title over Bailey, and then Tiffany Stratton is going to win this Money in the Bank, and her and Nia are buddies. I think she's going to cash in on Nia.
And
it's going to be Tiffy time.
Interesting. Thank goodness fantasy will be over after this weekend, and we won't have to put any money on that one. So,
and then we may see a Tiffany Stratton versus Naomi feud, which I don't want to see, but I mean, I could see that happening.
Yeah. How often do they cash
I
in the
agree, Rod.
night of?
It's happened with the women more so than the men here lately.
Yeah.
Because you had Bailey did it one year, Bliss did it. I want to say Liv Morgan did it a couple years ago when Rousey.
Was
And-
that at Money in the Bank, or was that
Yeah.
like?
I think it was.
Okay.
EO did it at SummerSlam, I think.
Yeah.
Well, they've been saying a lot lately here that the women are 100% cash in, 100% cash
are.
in. They're really planting that seed. So I'm wondering if they're going to fuck that up, drop that percentage down.
Let's just hope they don't let Jade Cargill get in this match and they give her the briefcase.
Oh God, no.
Oof.
Way too soon.
All right, we have a Byron Saxon interview with DIY backstage for the title match next week. They are confident they're going to win. They're confident. Then we get a Bloodline entrance. All right, Bloodline entrance. Paul Heyman starts his big intro, but Solo reaches out and grabs the microphone and says, "We'll get to that, bro." Nah. Solo introduced the newest members of the Bloodline, the Samoan Werewolf, his enforcer, Jacob.
His entrance was freaking fire.
Is that not fucking
awesome.
great?
Yeah,
His
awesome.
music is really good.
the music was
And the
great.
werewolf on the video screen, yeah, that was great. The red, the fire, it was great.
Maybe we get a
Yeah.
Samoan Werewolf and the Lone Wolf in a tag team.
No.
Okay. All right, just checking.
Yeah.
All right, so Fatu makes his entrance. As you remember, they said, "No, he's not here. I promise you, Paul, he's not here." While he was fucking there, most likely he was down at headquarters getting fingerprinted, but he ends up showing up.
Rob said he Ubered in because there's no way he's got a driver's license. It's
Oh,
valid.
that's fucking true. Tommaso Ciampa has been trying RKO Randy all week. I saw that too on TikTok. There was a lot of those where Randy just kind of standing there, and
He pulls the Samoa Joe. He
just gets
he
out.
pulls-
No, he just like there's one where he's what's up, Owen? Like he's just sitting at catering, sitting and eating, and Tommaso goes running across, and Randy just gets up and walks away. Tommaso just lands on the table.
Yeah, no, Randy's been pulling the Samoa Joe on Tommaso. It's been hysterical. The one I saw was he tried, like Orton was standing out by the ring, and Tommaso tried to jump off the stairs in RKO, and like ran out, jumped on the stairs, and jumped off. Orton just turned around and walked the other direction, and Tommaso lands on his ass. I'm like I was laughing. I was like, wow. We got, he just Samoa Joe'd him. That's literally what I was saying the whole time. That was great.
We come back for commercial, and Solo Sikoa asked Madison Square Garden to acknowledge him. And at that point, the camera looks at Paul, and Paul wants to fucking die.
Yeah.
Paul is a wreck.
Yeah.
All the glasses on. Hey, these are Macho Man glasses, damn it.
Yeah, Paul is a fucking wreck right now.
Yeah.
You almost feel bad for him. Almost. Tama Tonga steps forward at Solo's request and acknowledges him as does Tongaloa, and then Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu's was really good. Jacob, and I said it weeks ago. I said it actually months ago when they signed Jacob. Jacob is going to be the best part of this bloodline.
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
By far, he will be the best part. And he said, "I love you, Solo. I acknowledge you." And he lowered his head.
Yeah.
Yep.
He lowered his fucking head. Paul tells, so he says the same thing to Paul. "Hey, listen, you have one shot." Not the Eminem song either, right? He's not going to throw his mom's spaghetti or anything like that. He looked like he was going to throw up.
Yeah, he was about to throw up some spaghetti.
So he says, "You got one shot at this, Paul. Acknowledge me." And Paul says, "I love you, Solo, but I cannot acknowledge you." And the fucking crowd, the pop. Remember when Sammy hit Roman with that fucking chair? Oh
Yeah.
my
Yep.
god! It's just unbelievable. The pop.
And here's the thing. So
And
the
we
crowd,
want Roman chants still too.
Yeah.
the crowd just kept like during this whole thing, the crowd just kept getting louder and louder and louder. And like, like when Solo pulls out the lei and gives it to Paul, and Paul's freaking out, and he's like, what did you do? Like even Paul, like
He looked up to the heavens and said some prayers like he was about
said a
to
prayer.
take an execution shot to the back of the head.
Exactly. Like it was great, but like the crowd, the whole story is the crowd just keep getting louder, and then when Paul says, because his exact quote was, "I acknowledge," and the crowd starts to dim for a sec, and they're like, "Uh-oh," and then Paul's like, "I acknowledge you are not my tribal chief.
Yes, you are not my tribal chief."
When that hit, like you didn't even hear the rest of the "I'm not," like all you heard is "I'm not," and you didn't even hear the rest of it because the crowd just went berserk.
Yeah, it was great.
And then Solo spiked the shit out of him without hesitation.
Hit him with the spike.
So,
Hit him with the spike. Samoan spike to Paul E. He dry heaves while Solo screams at him and orders Fatu up to the top. Tama drags Heyman into position, which was probably threw his back out. As Samoan Werewolf comes off the top, diving headbutt into fucking Paul that looked like it landed right on his fucking cheekbone.
Oh yeah.
He rolled to the side like as much as Paul could roll at that point. Paul rolled to his fucking side, and the look on his face was like he just shit his pants.
yeah.
There's legit poo in Heyman's pants right now. So they took Heyman outside and did a triple power bomb through the fucking table. When he picked, the microphone caught them counting to get him up. Oh, 1, 2, 3. They're trying to get his fat ass up in the air. And the look on his face.
Yeah.
He was like this. He's up in a power bomb. He looks at the camera, goes. It just goes. The look on his fucking face was
and he did one roll over on his face, and he looked like a beached walrus.
It was
that was it.
How his buttons didn't pop off his fucking shirt. I won't agree. I won't figure it out. I just won't be able to figure it. Like his clothes stayed intact.
Yeah.
I have no idea. So.
I want to know where he gets his jackets. Did you see the inside lining of his jacket when it rolled up over him? Like, I'm like looking at this thing like, dude, like, did you get that out of a circus, like, giveaway thing? Like,
I'm gonna tell you, Scott, you might not know this because he doesn't shop at Sam's Club. Those are high-end fucking jackets, bro. they are absolutely they're nice. They are nice uniforms.
I hear Jonathan De La Crosse was looking for a couple of those.
I'll tell you one thing, boy. The glasses that Jonathan ordered this week. Bro, you don't even know. You'll see him soon. Anyway, and then they turn around and they basically put the tribal necklace on Solo, and we end the show with all four guys putting up the ones, right? Putting up the ones for Solo.
That's
Here's
right.
my problem. I don't know what the fucking crowd. I don't know what the crowd was saying all night. And this happened all night long. It just wasn't for this part of it. They muted everything. Like there was so much silence.
I heard.
And I think Rob said it was
at one point.
Triple power bomb Scott in the next ATCW show. Triple, quad, oct, whatever.
Who the hell's picking him up? Tremor and
No, fuck no. Tremor's not
Tremor
picking anybody. Tremor pick up a sandwich. He ain't picking up fucking Scotty.
I wasn't saying just him. I was going to start.
I want to know
going
who's
down the entire
ATCW
lineup.
I want to say who's putting the balls in her face for the fucking pickup. Anyway, they mute. Rob said they muted it heavily on Hulu. Well, they did it on regular TV too because I had it recorded. There were a couple times, like my microphone. I looked over to the TV. I was like, "What the fuck's the sound?" Like they mute even the Halliburton part with the basketball dudes. They muted shit like that. I mean, I guess people in Madison Square Garden were like
Fucking savages, man. It's
out of
New
their
York.
fucking mind, bro. It is New York, so yeah. Hey, there's Marvin. What's up, Marvin? I gotta meet this guy one day. I'm gonna be down at TCW here real soon, buddy. I hope they get to meet you down there. So. Anyway, not a bad, they're really good ending to this episode of SmackDown. They're just
They're
without
planting those seeds.
the Big Bang Theory would only pray that they would lead in with SmackDown.
They're planting those seeds for the Bloodline Civil War.
Yeah.
Paul's going to take some time off, and I got a feeling when he makes his triumphant return, it'll be with the one and only Tribal Chief.
Yep. Yeah.
And I find it funny that they make Solo, the guy that won, I believe, one match all of last year, their Tribal Chief.
I don't know. I think this is great.
I love it.
Okay,
I love
so
it.
if not Solo, who would you put at the head of the table?
Jacob Fatu. He is the most savage of those motherfuckers.
It's got to be The Rock.
Yeah.
Oh.
If anybody and see, honestly, I think that's what's going to happen. They're going to come out and Solo will acknowledge The Rock as his tribal chief at some point because they're going to, it'll be
Not at this point. Not at this point. No fucking way. Roman comes back. The Rock is coming with him.
Yeah.
The Rock is going to be with Roman on Roman's side, with probably Hikalea and
The
Zillow. Hopefully Zillow.
Now, see, I see it a little differently. I think what they're going to do, Roman comes back, gets in Solo's face. They build to War Games. War Games happens, and one of the current members of the new bloodline turns on Solo, and then they bring. So then when they lose in War Games, that's when Rock comes back, saying, "Look, I'm the one orchestrating this whole thing from the beginning with Solo." Solo acknowledges The Rock as his tribal chief. And then it's on Roman Rock next year's WrestleMania. Head of the table.
You've been screaming that for years now.
Then
bro.
you get Zombie Yoko, you get Zombie Umaga, you get Zombie Sika.
Fucking right. Let's go. Let's go. Here comes Peter Maivia.
Zombie Peter, Zombie
Rocky.
You keep your Zombie Peter to yourself.
Zombie Rocky Johnson, even though yeah. So
Marvin says they've been playing it like Roman was scared of Solo. I think they were playing it like Solo was like could be the next guy or whatever.
I just don't like.
I think he was more scared of Jimmy than anything.
Jay, because Jay only beat him a couple times and pinned him at last year's Mania or the year before's Mania in that tag team match. I think they just poorly booked Solo all year, being just a complete schmuck.
No, I don't think so. See, this makes it even harder to swallow that he couldn't get it done all year long for a year, and now he's like the leader.
Yeah. He, like you said, like after Mania, they said losses are inexcusable because Roman lost the title. Motherfucker, the only person you beat last year was John Cena.
All right, think about corporate America. Some of the biggest dumbasses are the head of your companies. Some of the biggest dumbasses are the head of the fucking free world.
I ain't gonna argue that.
They're biggest. I mean, some of the people should not be in fucking charge, but guess who's in charge?
The dumbasses. Yeah,
they are.
True.
So, right. I'm not going to name any companies that I work for or any other companies.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Just in general. I mean, look at our president. that debate did not do him any favors.
Every time you say Clash at the Castle, you sound like him.
I keep going back to that. They said there's one word that describes the United States, and that's his. Oh shit! Oh my bad. Yeah.
Old Sleepy Joe.
Oh, Sleepy Joe. Anyway, all right, let's get into it here. We got a pay-per-view this weekend, The Forbidden Door.
I'm going to come right out right now and say there's only one match I give a shit about, and that's Tony Storm against Mina Shirakawa with Mariah May in the mix. And
but like Mama Cornette used to say, when you mean a Shirakawa, you better clean that up.
Yeah.
I knew that would pop Scotty.
You
better not, or you're going to have to clean that up.
Yeah, you do, and you
clean up.
Anyway, there's one as of now. We're gonna say as of now because we know how AEW is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 matches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep.
How many pre-show?
I don't know that they have not designated anything for a pre-show yet. So most likely the pre-show matches will come tonight, outside of Forbidden Door or outside of Collision. So. All right, we have a Chris Statlander and Momo Wantabe versus Willow Nightingale and Tama Kakanako. Kaka what? Nakasaki. What?
Are you having a stroke over there?
I have no idea. I need Google Translate to figure out who the fucking matches are. This is going to be the tough part of Forbidden Door. And listen, I think when this first started, right? Was it a year? This is the third Forbidden Door.
Yeah, this is number 3.
When this thing with Forbidden Door was awesome, right?
Because
we've never seen this before. Like other like New Japan.
But the thing was, when it started, your top guys like Jay White and Will Ospreay were on the New Japan side. Now they're on the AEW side.
Yeah. So
now
you're
getting more of this. Yeah, that is true. But now you're getting more of these other New Japan people that you really haven't heard of.
Well, I think the problem is when this thing started, right? This was awesome. Right? This was great. We don't watch New Japan. We don't get a chance to watch New Japan. It's on at 2:00 in the morning or 3:00 in the morning. I used to watch it, but I just don't. With everything else going on, I don't have time to watch Forbidden Door or for New Japan. And they got some great wrestlers over there, right? We
absolutely.
Yeah, they got some really great hard-hitting wrestlers over there. So when this thing first came about, it was like, oh, this is fucking great. We're gonna see Tanahashi. We're gonna see fucking
Okada,
right? Guys we never fucking see. Tensei Naito. We're getting ready to see these guys we never fucking see. This is awesome. But over the past 3 years, they have made this Forbidden Door thing almost every couple weeks. You get a new guy from New Japan show up
on AEW Dynamite.
Right. They just show up and it doesn't pop ratings because it's nobody of any real concern or any,
and almost
real meat to it.
And it almost seemed like more or less like in the Invasion era where WWE was winning almost all the matches. AEW is winning almost all of these matches at the start of it.
Yeah.
Now WWE is doing this now. NXT is doing this with TNA.
Yes.
Right? Which is awesome, right? We got Jordan Grace coming over, right? We got what's her name went over to
Jaden Paxley went over.
Paxley went over too, right?
Joe Hendry and the Elite Hunter.
And Chris Dempsey was just on NXT from WWE.
Yep. Charlie Dempsey.
Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie. That's what's his name. That's what's his name. That's Regal's son, isn't it? Charlie Dempsey.
Yeah, I believe so.
I thought that was his kid.
I did not know. Interesting.
I think so.
If NXT is smart or WWE is smart, they'll do this and then they won't do it anymore.
At least not for a couple years.
Yeah, at least if a guy wants to go and show up at WWE, great, right? Once in a while, the battle royals, the Royal Rumbles, the shit like that, the surprise wild card for a ladder match. I'm okay with that. But when you do too much of it, then it's not really forbidden anymore, right? The Forbidden Door was like, we don't take other promotions and promote them, and we don't show them, and we don't bring their people in because we're not paying them. It was
It's
awesome.
supposed to be like a one-time only
Yes.
thing to prove your promotion is better than that promotion.
And
Yeah.
I'm even okay if AEW wants to do the Forbidden Door once a year. I'm okay with that. But there's too many of those guys that already wrestle here,
Yeah.
right? It's not really forbidden if, you know,
They're
if we
having
see-
those matches every week on Dynamite and Collision.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not. I don't know.
It's
Anyway,
not it's just a door now.
it
Like
definitely has lost its luster, right? It's not what it was. I think
It's the
so.
APA's door. It's just there with a big wide opening on both sides.
Right. This was very innovative. Now, what would really pop me and make this so much better is if everybody could get along. Right? If AEW could get along with WWE or NXT and New Japan and Noah and like all these GCW.
Imagine-
What if
Can you
fucking
imagine the ratings, the money that could be made on a WWE versus AEW pay-per-view right now?
that'd
Top
be gross.
stars versus top stars.
The problem is there's too many fucking egos,
Oh my God, yeah,
and no one's beating my fucking champion. Your
exactly.
champion versus not a fucking chance.
well, and not only that, but like, well, I trust Trips to be able to know how to book, you know, a deal like that. Even if you kind
Here
of
we
get
go.
even if you get double disqualification, like if you had Swerve Scott versus Damian Priest, for example, just to throw two names out there, you know, I can trust Tripp to know how to book his side of it leading up. I can't trust Tony to know how to book his side of it to make his stars look as important. Because again, they put the belt on Swerve, haven't done anything with Swerve to make him important. They've made Moxley as the New Japan IWGP champion more important than their own freaking world title. And
Yeah,
so
I don't
it's
agree. I don't agree with that because Moxley's not really. And he's kind of been like on the back burner here. Like there's shows
Yeah,
like he wrestled the other night. He was in a 6-man, with the rest of the Combat Club, but he's not really.
He hasn't
I don't
been
know.
featured as
Yeah,
much.
he isn't. Yeah, he's not coming
He's
out. He's
not
not bleeding
featured,
all over
but-
TV and.
he's not featured, but like they're more interested in pushing. I mean, yes, and again, Forbidden Door is around the corner, so yeah, you're gonna push him, but at the same time, your world champion is your world champion. He's the one that's going to draw you the money. Like, yeah, you have Forbidden Door once a year. You have all the rest of these pay-per-views and a champion that needs to be held in higher, like your champion needs to be held in higher regard than a champion from another company, even if he is somebody that's under contract to you. Like, I don't know. It feels like they've let, this whole Moxley thing get out of control. Yeah, okay, so he's not as important right now, but neither is Swerve Scott. Where like he's
Here's the getting off topic from what you're going against here. Here's the Forbidden Door match I want to see. I want to see the Young Bucks and Tony Khan versus Triple H and CM Punk.
God, that would be amazing.
Why not? Why not?
Oh God.
Again, our dicks are too small, and we're all trying to measure them, right? We're all trying to
Fancy,
see
as you say, Scotty, fantasy booking.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, if we all got along, and every once in a while, a guy like The Rock. Can you imagine if The Rock showed up in the fucking ring against MJF?
Oh,
Pants
That
would be
epic.
Pants
That would be
big.
epic.
It'd be awesome.
That'd be a promo off of like epic proportions.
yeah.
One thing, AEW needs it. TNA
Oh, yeah.
needs it. New Japan needs it. WWE
Doesn't.
does not.
Doesn't
not
need it.
They're selling out fucking places, man. They're selling. I mean, they're banging on all cylinders.
Rob, you are correct.
It would only make money for AEW. WWE already makes their money. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how much. I mean, it's all money in the end, but viewership, right? We're trying to get eyes to this product, and I just don't. I don't know. Let's get into
They
some of
say
these
competition. If they say competition makes everything better and iron sharpens iron, why wouldn't you do this?
Yeah.
Sure. Well, what if it's iron sharpens aluminum? Because
Yeah. And I mean, look, as much as I disagree with a lot of his booking philosophy, one thing Eric Bischoff was right about: controversy does create cash. You know, like it would create such a stir in the wrestling community if everyone did work together. Like all the different fan groups would be like, because it wouldn't, like, they'd still want to support their own, you know, like WWE fans would want to support WWE, AEW fans would want to support AEW, New Japan, on and on it goes. But yet you'd still be geeking out because you'd be like, well, we had this amazing chance to see things we've never seen before. Like you were saying, MJF versus The Rock.
dream matches.
Dream
Yes.
match
These are real dream matches.
are
Yeah.
legit dream matches, not just Tony Khan's fever dream matches. Like dream matches that really are something that we've never truly seen before.
So look at it like I look at it like this: MJF's the top star in AEW. Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, they're top stars in WWE. If MJF shows up, ends up signing a contract with WWE, he's going to take time for him to get to those levels, like to that level of the tribal chief, or to Cody, or
now.
they're going to stick him in a program with fucking Jey Uso or Sami Zayn or some shit like that,
or LA Knight,
or LA Knight, right? Guys that are mid card at best, right? Lower card, mid card. But if we get a Forbidden Door at WWE, then everybody's clamoring to see fucking Roman versus MJF.
Yeah.
Right? People that would be the fucking dream match.
Yeah.
But would you? But if he signs, MJF signs, he's just like another guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, let's get into these fucking matches because there's 1,000 of them.
Yeah,
Chris Statlander. Now, I apologize, ladies and gentlemen, for those who are going to catch us later on. I don't know half these people. I don't want to say half. I don't know some of these people. So
you don't know how to pronounce them. That's
for sure. So I'm going to make up their fucking name. Right? Chris Statlander and lady with great hair versus Willow Nightingale and not Tama Tonga's sister, Tama Nakano. Is this any relation to Bull?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is this Bull Nakano's sister?
Wondered. So, listen, we try to pick our matches here, do the best we can, guys. I'm going to ask you to do the best you can. I know right now it's all giving you a headache trying to think about it, but Statlander and Wannabe versus Nightingale and Tama Nakano.
I'm taking Statlander and whoever the McFuck in this one because they haven't had their show off yet.
Momo Watanabe.
Jimmy Wowo doesn't want to be. And Statlander, they haven't had their showdown yet in the Owen tournament, correct?
Sure.
So I think when that finally happens, Willow's going to get that one back. So
that's a good thought.
Statlander. Give me Statlander and Willow don't want to be in this or whatever the fuck her name is.
Momo Watanabe.
Momo don't want none of be.
Gotcha. Scotty, tell me something good about Momo Watanabe. Exactly.
I'm going with Willow and Kimono Wanalea.
Okay.
Momo on top of me.
Yeah.
I am. We know we're pro Willow Nightingale.
We are
podcast. But I am going to also go with Chris Statlander. That is actually my thoughts exactly as what Ricky said. She's going to get it back here when it really matters. Why don't you? Ricky Starks won the fucking Owen last year. Why is he not in his tournament? Why is he not in his tournament? Why do they hate him? Anyway, all right.
He's probably friends with Punk. That's why.
All right. We have the learning tree, Chris Jericho, Big Bill, and Jeff Cobb. Jeff Cobb is now entered in here because the Bad Apple's hurt, I believe.
Who the fuck's the Bad Apple?
What's his name? We saw him down at WrestleCon. Brian Keith.
Oh, gotcha.
He's the Bad Apple.
Forgot about that.
He got a hurt wing. He hurt his wing. Jeff Cobb versus Hook, Samoa Joe, and
Learning Tree too well then.
And Shibata. Scotty, who do you got?
I'm gonna go with Hook, Samoa Joe, and Shapoopy.
Okay, Shapoopy. Got it. All right. Ricky?
Agreed.
Okay.
And honestly, hold on. I hope that Jericho tries to do a springboard off the rope and Samoa Joe walks away on it.
That would be awesome.
I would love
it. When he does the springboard, you're laying down like the lion salt.
Oh no, like if Jericho tries to like get up and do like some kind of move off the rope, I just want to see Jericho do it and Samoa Joe just walk away on his ass.
Here we go. Lion Salt and Samoa Joe does the spinneroonie up and out of the way.
Okay. Terrible. Ricky, who do you got in this mess?
I got a Joe Hook and Chibata.
Yeah, I'm going with them too. Even though I think the Learning Tree stuff is fairly decent, right? It's not great, but it's fairly decent. I like that Jericho is feeding into the fact that people hate his fucking guts. Hello, everybody. Hi. I fucking love that.
This will be where Hook gets himself back into the FTW title picture to get his like 80th reign now.
On Dynamite, it wasn't Jeff Cobb that was supposed to be their third partner. It was supposed to be Minoru Suzuki.
Oh, jeez.
So there was a video. Jericho said, and you guys are going to see my our partner for the Forbidden Backdoor. And they point to the screen. It's Minoru Suzuki. And he comes on and goes, what the fuck is this Learning Tree bullshit? He said, this is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. I don't want to be a part of it. I want to fight you for the FTW title. Are you afraid of me? Why are you ignoring me? Are you thinking if I be your partner, you don't have to wrestle me? And he's coming for that FTW title, Minoru Suzuki.
Oh, Jesus.
And we saw Minoru Suzuki at Ring of Honor, and he is a fucking animal.
He is.
He is zero fucks guy. For sure. So,
Zero fucks and chop the nipples right off your chest.
I think we get a Minoru Suzuki show up for this Forbidden Door.
There you go.
Probably in the pre-show. All right, we got the Elite versus the Acclaimed versus Tanahashi. The Acclaimed and Tanahashi. I'm going to go with the Elite, honestly. There's no titles on the line here, so I mean, I could see where the Acclaimed win. I've changed my mind. I'm going with the Acclaimed. Right?
I'm going with the Elite. There's always shenanigans with the Elite.
I guess it is Okada. Yeah, I guess it is Okada.
You got Okada and you got Jack Perry there. So, I mean.
Well, Jackson, the ladder match.
That is true.
I think so. Scotty, who you got? Who you got in this fucking mess?
I'm going to go with the Acclaimed, even though I'm pretty sure the Bucks are going to win because they're the Hulk Hogan's of AEW. They can never lose. So
I can't. I'm not looking at the right screen. Hold on. Wait a minute. You're down. Wait.
No.
You guys can't even. There you go.
There we go.
I need to work on that.
It's backwards.
All right, we got MJF versus Hechicero. This Hechicero guy is really not bad. They've had him on here a bunch of times.
He's not losing that, or he's not beating MJF.
He's not beating MJF. All my points would be going on MJF to win this fucking match over Hechicero. It should be pretty good though.
Exactly.
Hechicero just had a match with Zack Sabre Jr. A year ago, Zack Sabre Jr. was claiming that he was the best wrestler in the world, and he wrestled the other best wrestler in the world, Danielson. And now he's tapping out. Hechicero bet him in 37 different fucking degrees of whatever, and had him tap. He didn't even tap out. He like nodded out. So, but no, MJF is not losing this fucking match. Scotty, prove me wrong.
I am definitely going MJF over Hetachia.
Okay, all right.
You're losing viewership in the other continents right now.
That's fine. We just lost. Mexico's down 3%. Brian Danielson versus. Oh, comes the storms. Brian Danielson versus Shingo Takagi. Brian Danielson just said that his body is not made for the main event anymore. He's healthy, but his neck is not.
Who the hell was the other guy?
Shingo Takagi.
Was he at Nakatomi Plaza back in 1980, whatever it was, 1985?
He had a 5-star match in the Tokyo Dome.
Yeah, I swear I've heard that name before too. Like he's
the guy that when Jack Perry showed up, he's the guy that Jack Perry was feuding with.
Danielson never loses in fucking anything to do with New Japan, whether he breaks his arm, his neck, his legs, whatever. Stack of dimes or not, give me Danielson. American Dragon.
Go ahead, Scotty.
Yeah, I'm going Danielson.
All right, well, I'm going Danielson also because he's on a retirement tour.
Yep.
So, Orange Cassidy versus Zack Sabre Jr.
Now, we've already saw this a new number of times.
Yeah, we've seen this. I'm going with OC here. Even though I don't give a shit about him anymore. I don't know.
I'm on the fence with this one, but somehow I think I think Pockets is taking this.
Okay. Rick? Scotty?
Honestly, I want to see both of these guys fall out of
Scotty, tell me something good about Pockets.
I want to
carry my wallet and keys.
I want to see both of these guys fall out of the ring, hand on their necks. Zack Sabre Jr. can just sprain his neck a little bit, and Pockets can break his completely for all I care.
We don't condone anything that Scotty says about him.
Easy.
No, I'm going Sabre Jr. because I can't condone anything with Pockets in it. So,
gotcha. All right. We have the TNT Championship ladder match: Konosuke Takeshita versus Mark Briscoe versus Jack Perry versus El Fantasmo versus Dante. Probably going to be out for after this match. Martin.
Yeah,
I'm gonna break a leg, Martin.
Versus Leo Rush for the TNT.
God. If Leo Rush wins this title, I will never watch AEW again.
I like Leo Rush.
I hate him.
I like him. I like his new Black Demon or Blue whatever demon he's doing right now with,
I'd root for Jeremy Stone over fucking Leo Rush.
So Jeremy Stone is undefeated in singles competition in 2024. So
moving on, as I said earlier, with the Elite, there will always be shenanigans. Give me Jack Perry as the new TNT champion.
Jungle Jack. Scotty.
Whoa.
Scotty, do you want to pick the guy that's not relevant anymore?
No, I want to pick the guy that's going to break his leg and
Dante Martin.
Yeah, I want to pick Dante. I want to pick Dante Martin because he's going to break his leg, but still hobble back out there, broken leg and all, and climb the ladder and win the match. So he's going to be new TNT champion. No, I'm picking Jungle Jerk Off. I
love listening to Scotty talking about AEW pay-per-views.
Yeah, no, Ricky's right. There's always shenanigans, so Jungle Jerk Off is going to take it. So,
somebody get Cornette on this. Get Cornette a window. I want to see him and Scotty together. Just not in the same window.
Cornette would not be able to figure out this technology ever.
I think Scotty would hawk 2 on that shit.
with the cereal spoon.
With it.
A little dab of do ya.
All right, we got Mercedes Moné versus Stephanie Vakir, TBS, and NJPW Strong Women's Championship. This was a title that she had lost to Willow because she broke her foot and they made a last minute change. Is there any way that Monet doesn't win both these titles?
No.
No, it's Mercedes Monet all the way. Sadly enough,
Yes.
Yeah,
She-
I'm with you. I don't I didn't realize until today that the strong title was on was up for grabs, which kind of puts me on the fence a little bit. But again,
they do a double.
When is Tony Khan going to put one of his belts on somebody that's working for New Japan?
Not
Yeah.
happening. This, if you
Exactly.
look at everybody we've picked, there's no New Japan in here at all.
Nope.
Except for the first match, which has one on each side.
Oh yeah. The feel good match of the night.
Yeah, that's like your participation trophy.
We got Scotty's boy John Moxley versus Tensei Naito for the IWG Heavyweight Championship. I'm going to go out right now. I'm saying Naito is winning this title back.
I agree with you.
Naito is winning this title back.
Really, I'm calling Moxley. It's going to be a bloodbath. Moxley bleeds in
5 minutes, 45 seconds.
No, I was going to say he bleeds in
Are
4.
we setting a line? Are we setting a line right now?
Yeah, we're going to
5:45.
4.5 minutes. He bleeds in 4.5 minutes.
5:40.
Oh, yeah, that's
45.
way too fucking long. We know history says that that's way too long.
5:45 by Skewers.
I'm going to set the line at 1 minute and 30 seconds after the ring bell.
Was he going to trip over his feet and bite his tongue?
We've seen it. That one match, it was like immediately he was bleeding.
Oh my god!
Like
Yeah,
before
true.
a minute went, but the bell rang, and I think they hit him with the bell hammer.
Watch, it's going to be the one match he's not supposed to bleed, and he's going to have a real life nosebleed.
Yeah, most likely
Out of
yeah,
nowhere.
from the coke, from Tony
There's
Khan's
very
coke.
funny story. Did you guys about John Moxley? Did you guys see the clip of Samoa Joe talking on Renee Paquette's podcast about the weapons? Okay, so basically, Renee gets on there and they're talking. She's talking to Samoa Joe, and she's like, "So
I can't get you to watch fucking wrestling, and you're watching Renee Paquette's shit. Get the fuck outta here.
It was a clip on Instagram.
I guess you're watching RJ City too.
Nah, I can't stand him. But no, the clip that's going around is Renee's like, yeah, I walk out my front door every now and then, and I see these packages sitting there, and it says Mox on the front, and I know it's from you, and I know it's some kind of random weapon, and like somebody Joe's like, yeah, I send Mox a random weapon every now and then. The last thing I sent him was a battle axe. I was like, I'm listening to this, and I'm like, really, the guy doesn't need any more ways to bleed out of his head.
Joe was trying to find a way for Moxley to kill himself.
Yeah.
All right, we got Tony Storm versus Mina Shirakawa for the AEW Women's Heavyweight title. They had a terrible spot.
Yeah.
They had a terrible spot with a champagne bottle on Dynamite. It was fucking horrible. What happens here? Does this match end with some sort of like wardrobe malfunction?
God, I hope so.
I'm gonna give
Tony,
Mira. I'm gonna give her a little bit of credit because she loves to show off her boobies. She realizes where she's at in life in the United States right now wrestling, and she is just those puppies are out there. Puppies, they're out there.
absolutely.
I give it to her.
Tony Storm is not losing this match. I see, or I'm praying for a returning Jamie Hayter going into Wembley to get that title back from Tony Storm, who took
That
it
would
from
be
her
awesome.
last year.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Scotty, who do you got in this? Mina or Tony Storm?
I am going to call Tony Storm after a very competitive bra and panties match.
Oh, we could only hope.
Huh?
Nothing. Man.
He said he can only hope.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a very competitive bra and panties match. Both women will be stripped down pretty much to absolutely nothing. Hopefully one of them, maybe Mina Shirakawa pulls a, if you remember the cat from back in the old WWE days, where she was not wearing panties. Yeah, I'm calling Tony Storm on this one.
Ooh, yeah.
Mariah May pulls out a double ender for him.
I'm going to say that Tony Storm wins this match, and loser has to make out with Tony Schiavone. All right, last match, heavyweight title match, AEW World Title match. Swerve Strickland versus Will Ospreay. I have gone back and forth with this match forever now. Like I was like, there's no way they're taking this belt off Swerve already. With the whole storyline of the Tiger Driver 99 and not be able to use it, blah 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 blah.
And the Don Callis family lurking.
I'm not too sure. I'm really not too sure what they're going to do here. I'm hoping Swerve holds on to the title, but man, I'm just not too sure. Ricky, what do you think?
I'm slightly on the side of Swerve here because I don't see the point in making Will Ospreay a double champion when he just won the damn international championship.
Yep.
The last pay-per-view. It would make no sense. I mean, I don't see it. I don't know why. I think Don Callis somehow gets in Ospreay's head with this Tiger Driver move, and Ospreay finally just basically tells him, "No, I'm not doing it," and then Callis costs him the match.
Gotcha. And Roosh is involved now too.
Yeah.
So,
Scotty, who you got in this?
Give me Swerve.
Well, so here's where my head is at on this one. All right. There is I don't know why they booked this to begin with, because I thought the big coming out party for Will Ospreay and AEW was going to be Wembley. I thought that's when he was going to get a big title match. He wins in his home country.
It's still got almost 2 months.
Yeah, I know, but that's one they have the chance to build something bigger and not waste a pay-per-view match on showing what Will Ospreay can do now. Wait until Wembley and really let everything all hang out there. So I still think that's what they're going to go for, is they'll build this and hopefully build a rematch with Swerve and Ospreay at Wembley. And so I will go Swerve Strickland and, like you said, Don Callis and, everybody else getting involved in creating an issue and costing Ospreay the match, which then leads to some kind of build in the next several months. They get rid of the Don Callis family out of it, and it's just Swerve, Ospreay, one-on-one, no other bullshit at Wembley, where Ospreay wins the title for good.
Quick side question: does Ricochet's 90-day non-compete end before Wembley?
Yeah. So
actually, his I don't think so, because his I think his contract's not up until end of August or end of summer is what I heard. Let me go ahead. Keep talking.
That would be. I see where
does Ricochet show up at Wembley?
Yeah, I was going to say that could be an interesting deal, but then that would also see.
I wouldn't put Ricochet in the world title picture for AEW. I'd say if it was for the international title, yes, but
and that's the other thing is I wouldn't put if for some reason Ricochet could be there, I wouldn't put him and Ospreay, even though they had great matches in the past. I wouldn't do that because Ospreay's coming out party for.
I'm not saying a match for them. I'm saying after Ricochet or after Ospreay has his big win, and he's standing in the ring celebrating, you get the surprise show up of Ricochet to come down and have a stare down with him to end the show.
Yeah, that could work.
Because how many people out there know of the Ricochet versus Will Ospreay matches?
Yeah.
Get that hype built up. Yeah.
Didn't they? Where did they have those matches? Did they have them over here or over there?
Over there, I believe.
Okay.
Yes, it was somewhere else. It was I want to say it was Dragon Gate.
Okay.
Owen Hardy, where you at? No, Owen knows.
Yeah, I don't see a date on when it. I know it was the end of summer, so I mean we'll see. We'll see. They already wrote him off TV, so they weren't planning on him
Exactly.
being around. So we'll find out. So and that's a big money match. I mean, it's a big money match on a big stage. So I mean, we'll see. We'll see. So Ricochet is a distant thought right at this second until we figure out, exactly what's going to go on there. So
Yeah,
anyway,
just
that's
throwing it out there.
what's that?
Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Future possibilities.
We don't know that Ricochet is even leaving WWE either. So
Yeah.
So anyway, that's good, dude. Here for Suplex Saturday, guys. Thank you so much for joining. I mean, I know we don't usually do this on Saturdays, and our viewership shows it. So I know we're usually we got a lot of stuff going on here in the next couple. I got a lot of stuff going on here in the next couple of weeks with wrestling and whatnot. So schedule is going to be a little wonky. We're going to be doing some stuff on Thursdays instead of Fridays. I think it's not next weekend. Next week I do have something. The weekend after, I have Voltage, TCW, and ATCW in the same day, Saturday, Friday, or on a Saturday. So it's going to be, we'll get these shows in for sure, but it's going to be a little wonky in schedule wise. So
Next week, don't forget Money in the Bank.
Money in the
Saturday
Bank,
the 6th.
Money in the Bank, and we will be doing a review. I believe next Friday we'll probably be live next Friday, like normal. So we'll probably come on later on in the afternoon or evening or whatever. So, but anyway, thank you for joining. If you're coming in late, a lot of our subscriptions, a lot of our people who view us watch us late, and I can appreciate that. It's fine. It's like anything else. You can't watch live. You can't sit for 3 hours or an hour and a half like we've been on here today and watch. I totally get it, man. But when you do stop in, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring that bell. We need all your support. We are on the quest for 1,000, but right now we are on the quest for 900. We're only about 16 people away. We are chasing another group out there, the Independent Rewind, who is about 30 ahead of us right now. And they're climbing, right? They're getting better, and they're on their quest for 1,000. So make sure if you come across the Independent Rewind, if you haven't seen them yet, jump over, go check them out. I know you guys don't want to push them. I'm gonna push them because I like those guys, right? I like Steve. Frosty's kind of a dickhead, but I like Steve. Steve is awesome. Steve is great. Rob buys fucking shitty chips.
Yes.
I mean, that's
Maker's Mark.
fucking Maker's Mark shits, right? And it's what it is. You can only afford what you can afford, right? So, anyway, check those guys out at Independent Rewind.
Cockroaches behind his refrigerator wouldn't even eat them.
He probably still has the same bag of chips, honestly. Now, who am I kidding? It's Rob. He ate those motherfuckers. Anyway, please go like, subscribe, ring the bell. You can catch us on YouTube and Facebook. Instagram is growing.
Yeah.
Our Facebook right now. I'm gonna cut you off. That's how you cut off those chants, by the way. You don't let them run into your cadence. You change your cadence. Our Facebook page right now is damn near 3,000 people. It's growing every fucking day. It's shit is going off over there. Our Instagram has doubled in size in the past 2 weeks. That's awesome. But we are in search of trying to get to 1,000 people on YouTube. We're gonna get there, no doubt. If we can get those 1,000 people to come over to YouTube, it'd be awesome. But anyway, we'll eventually get them over there too. But if you want to hear us, if you don't want to look at us, because look at it. Look at Scotty right now. Look at Scotty. He looks like shit. Look at Ricky. He's wearing fucking sunglasses because he's high, right? And look at me. I'm wearing a shirt that's too fucking tight. If you don't want to see us, you can hear us on any of the broadcasting platforms for podcasts. You can listen on iTunes.
What?
You can listen on Spotify.
Yeah.
You can listen on iHeartRadio.
Damn.
That's right.
Woo!
Google Play. Not an option because Scotty fucked it up.
Nah.
But you can hear us anywhere you can find any podcast. You can listen to us. Please check us out there. If you want to sponsor us, I'm for it. Give us some fucking money. Give us some money. I'm tired of buying my own pornography, right? I need somebody to buy it for me. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
On the hard way.
Jelly Nutella.
Terrible.